Welcome to lecture 7. I think it's lecture 7. Check the title description for the actual lecture number of Introduction to Tax Lien Investing in the Tax Liens University YouTube channel. Today is Saturday, January 27th. In the previous lecture, which I filmed 9 days ago, on January 18th, I said that I was going to film the next lecture the next day in front of the computer. Basically, I wanted to make it hands-on. This is actually going to be hands-on, but not in front of the computer. So before I get into the lecture itself, let me tell you what I did last 9 days and why I ended up not filming anything. On January 19th, the day I was planning to film this lecture 7, whatever the number we are at, I found out that Cochise County had published its list of tax liens for sale, and that the sale it's an online sale, February 13th. So that's 3 weeks ahead, 3 weeks after publication date. So the publication was 1 week ago, and the auction is in a little bit more than 2 weeks. So that got me very busy, because here's what you are facing on. Here's what you are facing when you invest in tax liens. They published a list of 3,727 liens, and with an auction scheduled for only 3 weeks after that. So you basically have to consider in some way nearly 4,000 properties before deciding which ones to bid on. So that kept me, as you can imagine, very busy. If I had an unlimited amount of money to invest and I bought all the liens at the same percentage, whatever it is, 16%, 15%, well, bid on the liens. You don't get to buy them at 16%, you get to bid on them at 16%. Whether you get them or not depends on the competition. I'm fairly confident I would lose money. So I'm fairly confident that the majority of the liens, if the majority of the ones that will end up not being redeemed, which is what the ones I'm after, would be money losers. And out of the minority that are money makers, the majority, the money will be made will not be worth the hassle. So since I'm after the property, not the interest, I had to trim that list drastically. The first thing I did was I ran it through my software, TLSoft, and that narrowed it down. That eliminated this. What TLSoft did is it took the parcel IDs, went to the structure's website, assessor's website, gathered some information, and automatically eliminated the majority of those liens. So from the original list of 3,727 liens, it narrowed it down to 628 liens. And then I manually looked at 300 of those liens. Now, what do I mean by looked at? I didn't look at the properties. I was in 29 Palms, and the properties are in Cochise County, Arizona. I took those parcel IDs, plugged them in to the treasurer's website, assessor's website, made sure checked whether or not they are still for sale, because sometimes the liens that are published between the publication date and the date you look at them, or the auction date, some of them get redeemed, so are no longer for sale. And if they are for sale, if they are still for sale, I check the assessor's website, look at them. Are they residential property? Are they house, manufactured home, land? Are they commercial property? So we looked at those things, and then the assessor's website gives you the address when they have an address. If they are land, they may not have an address. And checked that, Googled it, looked at the picture of the house. Picture may be outdated from a couple of years ago, but that's fine for my purposes. and then check the value, either redfin.com, trulia.com, realtor.com, or if I don't find the value in those sites, check Zillow.com. Zillow, I think, tends to be overly optimistic, so I don't count on it much, but if there's nothing else, then I go by Zillow. The assessor's website also gives you an estimated value. So from the 300 I looked at, I eliminated about 75 or so. Basically, I went from an original list that TLSoft gave me to look at of 628. I'm down to 551. Now, a few of these got eliminated because they got redeemed. Basically, the owners paid off the property taxes, so the properties are no longer for sale. The liens are no longer for sale. But most I eliminated because either they were parcel of land that the assessor says is worth less than $100,000. For me, those I estimate, even if I would probably make a profit if I acquired those, they'd be more hassle than they are worth. Some I eliminated because they are commercial property, and I saw that there is either a gas station, or in one case an old gas station that's no longer in service, or a car wash in the neighborhood. When I see those, there is a risk that there is some contamination, environmental contamination, from the gas station or car wash, or any business that in one case it's a truck leasing company. A leasing company may, if it's just leasing, that's not a risk, but if they also the service, they service the trucks, there may be some pollution in the ground that reaches into the property that I want. Actually, in one case, the property that was listed, whose lien is listed for sale, is itself a former leasing company. Because you have to consider hundreds of tax liens in 3 weeks, you don't have time to do an investigation, a real investigation. So if I see this kind of red flag, I just eliminate it from my list. So I'm down to 551 properties that whose liens I could potentially bid on. Actually 550, because one of them, the lien was like $95,000, and taxes have not been paid for a while. It could be a good opportunity because it's assessed at $600,000, something like that, but you never know. So that's kind of tempting, but it's high risk. So most likely I won't bid on it, but I haven't completely ruled it out yet. And then over the next 2 weeks, at least definitely over the next week, so from today until early February, I will look at the other 328, maybe just 300 of them, because some of them would probably be redeemed by the time I look at them. Again, by looking at them, I mean I just look online. I don't actually look at the properties. I'm not going to be in Cochise County before February 10th. I may be there February 10th or February 12th. The auction is February 13th, and they eliminate few in person, but most likely the online research will keep me busy, too busy until the auction date. So I may have come to Arizona in February mostly for knots. Not exactly, because there is two properties there is actually more than two properties whose redemption period is expiring in February 2024, and at least one in February 2025. So I will look at those in person, and if I have time, I will finish my due diligence in person, but most likely I won't have time for it. So anyway, this is one of the reasons why between now and end of January, actually the main reason, and end of January, I will not be filming any lecture by my computer, even a hands-on lecture. I will just give it to you from my car when I don't have time to do my research on my properties, and then you have to do it yourself on the computer. So if you are not by your computer, stop the video, get to your computer, and then resume the video. Once you get into the computer, go to yavapai.arizonataxsale.com. In the previous lecture, I said that we were going to look into Maricopa County because that's the one who's going to be publishing a list earliest. That's because it's the first auction, February 6th, 2024. Yavapai is February 13th, 2024, and they have already published their list. So, since it's gonna take you at least 2 weeks to do due diligence, even just online due diligence, even if you are investing paper money, you should do your due diligence online, at a minimum online. We no longer have enough time to look into Maricopa County, so I'm going to switch you to Yavapai County. So go to yavapai.arizonataxsale.com.
There's a speed trap ahead.
I think it's yavapai.arizonataxsale.com. It may be yavapai.arizonataxsales with an s.com, but I think it's tax sale. If one doesn't work, try the other. If you don't know how to spell Yavapai, it's Y-A-V-A-B-A-I. And if you're still not sure, you can go to google.com, type Yavapai, Y-A-V-A-B-A-I, county, and if you misspell it, Google will give you the right spelling. So go to that website. If it's your first time at the website, you need to register. It's going to ask you to fill a few IRS forms. Because if you buy liens and make interest income, they have to report your interest to the income to the IRS. So you need to fill some IRS forms, some other forms, some acknowledgements, whatever. So fill those. And since I'm tired right now, I'm going to stop filming. Fill those, register. Once you are registered, put in the comments that you have registered, and then I will film the next lecture. There is no point. This is a hands-on lecture that needs to be timely. It needs something, it's only worth doing if you do it between January 27th, 2024 and February 13th, 2024. Or if you are watching this after February 2024, you can do it in other years, but from late January until mid-February. That's the only time it makes sense to follow this lecture. So once you've registered in once you have registered at yavapai.arizonataxsale.com, put in the comment section that you have registered, and then I will film the next lecture. The reason I'm tired is because I have been driving for over an hour, and I thought I registered this lecture. I had hit the record button, and then I started talking, and then when I arrived at the rest area, I checked. What I thought was a 1 hour lecture turned out to be 12-second lecture. The video stopped recording after 12 seconds. I don't know why, but I have been talking for over an hour, so I'm actually tired. So that, and the fact that there's no point in explaining things further before you register at yavapai.arizonataxsale.com until you tell me in the comment section that you have registered at the website. I'm just gonna wait, and if I don't hear anything, I will film the next lecture on February 1st. But actually, in either case, I will wait till February 1st to film it, because I'll be home busy with Cochise County tax sales between now and February 1st. February 1st is when I'm leaving the next house that I'm going to today, and go first to a town in Arizona where I have 2 properties whose redemption periods for the liens are expiring in February 2024. Check on them, see who's living there, try to talk to them, gather information from whoever is living there, from the neighbors, and then head to Prescott, where I'm going to be house and dog sitting from February 1st until February 8th. So I'm gonna stop talking for now. Just enjoy the ride. I'm at near the border. I'm on the California side of the border between California and Arizona. Just enjoy the ride. I'm gonna be filming until I stop next, which will be around, it's now 12:26 p.m. California time on Saturday, January 27, 2024. I'm going to stop at 1 p.m. California time, so in about half an hour, actually after 1 p.m. To send a text message to the people I'm going to. No, actually I'm going to stop earlier. I need gas, so I'm just going to keep filming until I stop for gas and enjoy the ride in the meantime. Yes, if you are still listening, put in the comment, how am I doing on public speaking? Am I talking too fast, too slow, just right? Am I articulating? Am I monotonous, or do I put enough non-monotonous stuff in my talking? Do you have trouble understanding me? Can you understand me without having to rewind the tape? Without having to rewind the video and stuff like that. So comment on 3 things I'm doing right and 3 things I'm doing wrong, or that I could improve. You will need the US tax ID number to register at Arizona Tax Sale at yavapai.arizonataxsale.com. If you are an individual living in the US, you can use your social security number. If you want to bid on behalf of an entity that has an EIN number, an employer identification number, you will use that. If you are not living in the US and don't have a social security number or a tax ID number, you can request one from the IRS. Just Google requesting tax ID number from the IRS and you will find the right links, and you can go ahead and request one and you will get one. It's easy to get, but you need a tax ID number to register at yavapai.arizonataxsale.com. And that's because if you make interest income from tax lien certificates, then the county has to report that to the IRS, and they need your tax ID number to be able to report it. So even if you are just investing paper money and you just want to download the list, yeah, by the way, the reason you need to register is to access the list. There are other ways to getting the list, but the best way to get it in a spreadsheet format is from yavapai.arizonataxsale.com. So even if you just want to invest paper money, just get the list, or get list for whatever reason, for research purposes, you still need to register at yavapai.arizonataxsale.com. 68 degrees. January 27th at 12:34 p.m. 68 degrees. That's what Southern California can be. This is southeastern California. Not extreme south, because I'm approaching Fort Mojave, Arizona, but still, it's south of Nevada state. South of the state of Nevada. In fact, I just turned on the AC, at least for a few minutes, because it started to get hot. It's 69 degrees outside, but inside the car it's probably 75 or so. Since there is sunshine coming in and the windows are closed. This is I-40. I-40 California to Arizona on the California side. If you never hear from me again, it means I have been killed by 3 pit bulls. Normally I avoid house and dog sitting pit bulls because they are not more likely than other dogs to bite you, but it's less likely to survive their bites. So normally the first time I saw this gig, I kind of wrote it off because I saw 3 pit bulls, or at least they looked like pit bulls. He didn't mention that they are pit bulls. But then eventually I forgot that I ruled it out because of pit bulls, and then since I was house and dog sitting in 29 Palms through January 27th and house and dog sitting in Prescott in 29 Palms through January 27th, in Prescott starting February 1st, since I found this house and dog sitting gig in between, and both in terms of distance, it's on the way between the two, and in terms of time also, it's a great timing. It kind of fills in the gap. So I went for it without looking at the ad again. I forgot that they were either pit bulls or looking like pit bulls, so they may be hybrids that have pit bulls in them. And I only found this out yesterday at night when I went to what's known as the welcome guide on the house sitting website to see what the pets' names are and stuff like that. And then I noticed that this is the same gig that I ruled out initially. But I had already committed doing it, so I'm gonna do it. So if you never hear from me again, it means I have been killed by 3 either pit bulls or a hybrid that have pit bulls in them. And I hope I won't run out of gas. You can see it says fuel level low. I don't know when is the next gas station. I still have 5.5 miles on I-40, and then hopefully once I exit I-40 there should be a gas station somewhere. It's not a big deal because I'm within Uber distance. I'm within 23 miles from the house I'm going to. So even if I run out of gas and AAA doesn't respond, I could probably get an Uber somewhere or a Lyft. سفوغا يفارذ الملين سنة ذا غاوين غسكن السن ثنظن منصوب نغولين هذ يكر وغلين ولا بد ذا السوطن مناوض ذروين أنو غالرذين أسنن عيوض خسنوضان سلك ثري برذان يعرق فريذي لاقا سلك ثري برذان يعرق فريذي لاقا سلك ثرى برفان غنزاوي ذفاقا سلك ثرى برفان غنزاوي ذفاقا وهمان وذي زران ويذر نصري ضبرا دمسوقا وذي تخاضنا نذير ثرقيثي ذغيو يطفان أوي ذي شفون إذا يتحلفون غفينا وإذا غيوبا توصل رجلون قرن حرس ثير لنون عيان التارون عيان الأشنون ذوياضي ذثني فهم من يسنا يسهون كنا ذا غسرون ومنا غكنا ذا غسنان نبويث النومي غير الحساب يوغا يضلق نبويث النومي غير الحساب يوغا يضلق نتكامل تكلي ثغري نتكامل تكلي لبغينا نوغثن الحق نتكامل تكلي لبغينا نوغثن الحق أنقيت نبوي ثمن ثلاثة ثارق منصوب منولين الباطل يزقار الحق هاوي ذي قارن إذا غدي قارن ما تظلم سنقا ثفا هاوي ذي فهمن يغدي يسفهمن ذا شي ديالين فلانا الحيف دي تسن ذي ينسن السوسن ينو مهري ذا الغرنا دار ذي ويسن يعراك كان السن يا للهمي لا يسنا Okay, going to exit I-40, Interstate 40.
In half a mile, take exit 139 toward River Road Cutoff.
Into this River Road cutoff stuff. Hope there's a gas station before I run out of gas.
Take exit 139. Continue for half a mile.
I think I'm 18 miles from the house, but need to find the gas station before that.
In a quarter mile, continue on to West Park Road. In a quarter mile,
level is going down, my stress level is going up. station there to 2 o'clock from where I am. Hopefully they have a gas station before I run out. Before I run out of gas. Okay, I'm in Nevada. I was going from California to Arizona and I found myself in Nevada. I thought I was gonna go through Nevada, but it doesn't surprise me. It's the southern tip of Nevada. I'm 5.5 miles from the house. But I need to find gas soon if I don't want to walk the last 5 miles. I need gas soon.
Take the next right on Aztec Road.
I need gas soon. I need gas soon. Besides, I remember that my Uber doesn't work because my phone used to be a Google Voice phone. Now it's regular phone. I'm using with Google, but for some
Continue
reason
on Aztec Road for 3 miles.
Uber doesn't like it as a confirmation of identity or whatever. I can book a ride, but I cannot. Then they tell me to confirm it or something like that. I get to the last step, then it stops working. There is gas. I don't have to walk from Nevada to Arizona. There is gas. I'm gonna stop filming soon.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Abbey Casino Drive.
Nope, I ain't gonna do that. Not yet, at least. I need to put fuel injector in my gas tank. And then fill with gas. Let's see, is this still recording? Yep, still recording. Okay, talk to you February 1st. Don't forget to register at yavapai.arizonataxsale.com and let me know in the comments that you have registered. Then I'll take you to the next step.